Hey there, Heather Ho, there's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to week 5 of the NFL Champions League playoffs. 32 teams, top 2 teams in each of the 8 divisions move on to the Sweet 16, which you'll see full coverage of in a few weeks. We had a couple of games be simulated because of terrible weather. The 45 Cleveland Rams beat the 94 Niners. They're 5-0. And the 95 Cowboys went into Washington to beat the 91 Redskins, who are now 4-1. Man, their division is 24-19. So we are going to go to Dallas first, the 92 Cowboys and the 2019 Chiefs. And the Raider division, this is up for grabs. Whoever wins this matchup and the Oakland-Miami matchup later on will be top 2. But it could be a 14 fight again. Who knows? I don't know the schedule. So Dallas is a 2-point favorite. The 2019 Chiefs, who won the last Super Bowl before COVID hit, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce against the 92 Dallas team that crushed Buffalo in the Super Bowl 52-17. Kick off, and Dallas will get the ball first at the 19-yard line. Troy Aikman is your quarterback from UCLA. With Evan Smith and Moose Johnston, your running backs. Receivers, Michael Irvin, Calvin Martin, Jim Novacek. Offensive line, Tanai, Gesek, Stepnoski, Newton, and Eric Williams. Kansas City's defensive line is Clark, Jones, Nanati. No Okafor today, so Ogba will start. Hitchens, Wilson, and Neiman are linebackers, and your defensive backs are Ward, Honey Badger, Brownfield, Thornhill, and Breeden. This play is a 7-yard play by Novacek.
First down.
First down, and it's not. Second and 10.
Live on the play.
What's the play?
The leading receiver downfield. Offense.
Can't do that. Tried to block it, but went too far downfield. And it's 9 yards. And it's 4-3. For Dallas. The punt, that's still to get the ball off at 28-yard line. Patty Mahomes from Texas Tech, your quarterback. With Spencer Ware, your other running back. Just start. Remember, it's not forever. Tyreek Hill, Nicole Hardman, and Brian Pringle will try to catch the balls with Travis Kelce as well. Offensive line is Irving, Duvernay, and Tertief, Canadian. Ryder, Riley, and Eric Fishout. With the defensive line, no Casillas, so Jeff Code has to start, and Casillas goes with Haley, Marlon, and Tolbert. Linebackers, no Robert Jones, so Dixon Edwards will come in with Norton Jr. and Vincent Smith. Then you got Larry Brown, Thomas Everett, James Washington, and Isaiah in the defensive backfield. It will be 2 yards. Oh, Kelsey on the end around, but Jim Jeffcoat says, not today, buddy. 4th and 18, so punt. Dallas will get the ball back near midfield. Jose Mendes. It will be 3rd and short for Emmett. And it will be. Let's see. 1.
First down. First down.
Travis Kelce has catch. Going downfield for yards there.
Timeout. Offense.
Chiefs screwed it up. 3rd and 2. That's 4th and 1. Ow. Let's see enough punt. It's 22 minutes. First down, and that will force Kansas City to use a timeout. So the 92 Cowboys are looking to ice this game.
Timeout. Defense.
8 yards there. I think they're going to first down. It's game over.
First down.
Yep, I think that's it. I think that'll be Dallas's win, and the Chiefs are going to be a good trouble. And that's 200 yards rushing. Wow. They take their knees, and Dallas wins. Evan Smith I did not get it. 201 yards on the ground. Holy crow. This guy was amazing. This was a well-played game. Only one turnover, and that was by Kansas City. So the 92 Cowboys are now technically in first place in their division. Mind you, there's still one more game. But anyway, Dallas 17-10. Aikman 21 for 28, 142 yards and a touchdown. Emmett Smith ran for more yards than Aikman threw. That usually doesn't happen. Mahomes 16 for 28, 194, touchdown pick. Field goal by Elliott, and then Butker field goal, and then Mahomes to Tyreek Hill, 10-3. Aikman and Novacek, 10-10, and then Emmett Smith, touchdown, 17-10. So, well, speaking of, the tea leaf savers for Miami. Well, whoever wins this ties the 92 Cowboys for lead in the Raider division. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Alright, so the 67 Raiders who went to Super Bowl II, won the AFL title obviously, but went to Super Bowl II and lost to the Packers, and the 32 Dolphins, the undefeated Dolphins team. The powerful team, that's the only undefeated team in Super Bowl era history. And it'll be a touchback, so Oakland, Daryl LaMonica the harmonica, as I call him, with Hewitt Dixon and Clem Daniels winning the ball, Fred Blair, the Bill Miller, and Dave Kuchorek receiving the ball. Offensive line, Sweetest, Gene Upshaw, Otto, Hawkins, and Shell. Defensive line for Miami, Dan Harder, no Hines, he's hurt. Dunaway has to come in with Fernandez and Stanfield. Linebackers, Brittany Swift, no Colin, he's hurt. So Matheson has to start. Curtis Johnson, Dick Anderson, Jake Scott, and Tim Foley, your defensive backfield. First play for the is incomplete. Second play. And it's a pick by Jake Scott. And Miami looks like they're in prime position. Earl Morrow gets the start. Greasy must have something wrong with him. But anyway, Larry Sonka and Hubie Jim will be your running backs, of course, you know, but Murphy Rose and Jim Kick. That does not mean that Kid is in the lineup for the whole game. Twilly, Briscoe, and Mandage, your receivers. Offensive line, Evans, Little, Langer, Kucherberg, Kusa are pretty good. Defensive line, Davidson, Birdwell, Keating, and Ike Lassiter. Plus Otto with Herrick coming in for Lasky, who's hurt, and Dan Connors. McLaughlin, Bird, Harry Williams, and Willie Brown, your defensive back. Let's see what Miami does this possession. Touchdown, Mandage. And there's 20, we know he's going to come through, 7-0. So, yeah, that was quick, 29 seconds. But anyway, let's go with the final 2 minutes, as we always do after a touchdown. And Miami gets the ball, but look at this, Miami's down by 14. The Raiders have come back from their mistake in the first quarter. World, I don't know what's wrong with him. And being sacked by Ike Laster, and that might be icing on the cake here. 17, McLaughlin saw that ball coming. And Raiders will take over on downs, and that means that the 67 Raiders are going to win this game and tie the 92 Cowboys on top of their division. I have no clue. I gotta find out who Oakland plays next, who plays on the final day. Roger Bird, great job with returning the ball. 7 turnovers, yikes. So they play Kansas City. Okay, so they play Kansas City. And there's your box score, 31-17. Oakland wins the game. Morrow 11 for 38, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he threw 3 interceptions. Whereas Monica 12 for 34, 211, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So Mandage with that play after the pick, and then Lamonica to Benisek tied it at 7. Morrow to kick made it 14-7, and then Lamonica to Billy Cannon making it 14-14. Benisek touchdown run 14. Landed field goal. Hewitt Dixon touchdown run and Anthony field goal. Oh yeah, Oakland scored. Yeah. You don't have an abacus? Oh boy. Can I just... Oh, stadium. Okay. That's it. Okay. My fault. Alright, so Oakland won 31-17. Next up, we'll have 14. We'll have Washington. This Washington team. Pathetic. 37 Washington. Denver, a win by Denver means no matter what happens in their sixth and final game, they will win the division and have a home playoff game for the round 16. Because the other two teams are 2-2 and will fight each other. Denver has a chance to do something. Can Denver win this game and go to 5-0 and guaranteeing themselves a playoff spot and winning the division, meaning they'll get a home game? Sammy Ball, your quarterback from TCU. Sammy 0-4. They're really not doing so well. Cliff Battles, Max Krause, and Ernie Pickard are your running backs, with Wayne Miller and Charlie Malone trying to catch the ball. Offensive line, Barber, Kircher, Kowal. Also, to Dirk Edwards. Denver's defensive line doesn't have Traylor or Smith, so that's actually good news for Washington. So Mark Washington and Hasselback will have to come in. Like Fred Bryson, Ron Tidvusa, Romanowski, Mobley, Kadres, your linebackers, Gary Gordon, Eric Brown, Steve Allen, Ray Crofty, your defensive backs. So what Washington does is 6 yards.
First down.
And a first. Second and 9. Third and 8. 4th and 4. So Denver cannot get the first down. And Denver will get the ball at their 33-yard line. Bobby Brister for an injured John Elway. I guess we can say that. Brister did help his team win big last time. So anyway, Terrell Davis, your running back, the only running back. Now remember, that doesn't mean anything. It's not a little bit. Rod Smith, Ed McCaffrey, Willie Green, and Shannon Sharp trying to pitch the ball. Jones, Neal, Nayland, Schlick, defensive line. Miller, Barber, Turk Evans, Charlie Malone, your defensive back. Riley Smith, Jim Kircher, and Les Austin, your linebackers. Ball Battles, Pickard. No, Don Irvin, he's hurt, so Howell has to come in. 6 yards. 34.
First down.
And it's a first down for Terrell Davis.
Right. Flagrant face mask.
Oops.
Defense.
Can't do that.
First down.
Usually the face mask does not go against the offense. Second and 4 now for Denver. 33. 4th and 4. It's a 48-yard field goal. I'm surprised they're not going to send Elam out there. I would. They got the first down, so it worked. What's the flag? Defense? Yep.
First down.
Spotted the foul at the 13, so penalty is a second. And touchdown McCaffrey. So Brister puts it in. They want that 5-0 start. They're crushing it, 7-0. They are crushing it, my man. And it's 3rd and 4. Washington's down by 10. They still have a shot. Nope, 4th and 4. And incomplete. Game over. Denver will have the division, no matter what they do. But I don't know who they play, the Jets or the Rams last. But that could be for playoff spot.
Defense.
2nd and 8.
Defense.
3rd and 4. They want that ball back. They went for a pass. I'm surprised. I would have ran the ball for Washington before their last time out. Denver wins. So they're looking pretty good. Terrell Davis, who ran for a touchdown, caught a touchdown, and Denver wins the game by a score of 24-14. No turnovers. That's why you win the game. That's how you win the game. Well, they went for passing. Battles even threw it for a touchdown pass. Battle was 8 for 21 and was struggling passing. Brister 9 for 19 for 2 touchdowns. That's amazing what he could do. Battles 112 yards on the ground, winning the rushing battle. But Brister and McCaffrey for a touchdown. Elam made it 10-0 field goal. Battles to Malone made it 10-7. But then Brister to Terrell Davis for a touchdown. Davis ran for that, and then Malone 20 for 14 is your score. Next we have we're headed to Pats country. 0-4 Pats against the 69 Vikings. And, you know, in the shadows of the Mike Grant death and all that, Minnesota, these two teams are pretty much out of it. Yeah, these two teams are out of it because Minnesota, well, Minnesota could win both games, and they would need Denver, 2015 Broncos to lose both games. But I think, in a sense, I think this is just nothing. The Wilford Pats can't make it, which kicks me off personally. Minnesota wants to win for their coach, and I can understand that. Minnesota with the ball 35-yard line. Gary Kuso being the quarterback, no Joe Cap, surprisingly enough. Dave Osborne and Oscar Weaver, running backs. G. Washington, Bob Grimm, and John Beasley, receivers. Offensive line, Alderman, Malone, Tingle, Sims, and Davis. With the defensive line for the Pats being Ty Warren, Keith Trailer, Roger Seymour, Kenny Britsky, Wood, McGinnis, Ted Johnson, your linebackers, and then the defensive backs of Gabe, Wilson, Drew Wilson, running, Carson, Ty Law. Surprise, they can't win one freaking game. So there's that. First, second down. Turn forward.
First down.
First down by Osborne, so it's at 17. And touchdown, John Beasley. So the Vikings go down the field and score a quick touchdown. Well, they're winning it for their coach. Imagine Minnesota wins and the Broncos, the 2015 Broncos, lose both games. I think Denver crushed them last time, so that means they don't face Denver. I think it's the other team. Anyway. 7-0 the Pats. You see Brady, Dillon, pass, Johnson, Floria, Light, Neal, Cochran, and Joseph Gordon. Defensive line for Minnesota being Marshall, Page, Larson, and Miller. The 4 purple people eaters. Hilgenberg, Winston, and Warwick, your linebackers. Bryant, Krause, Noka, Solski, he's hurt. So West has come in and backbeat. 7-10. We're going to go to First down, Minnesota. Wow, they really were winning for their coach. The Pats just can't do anything. The over Pats are donuts. Wish the 07 Pats were eligible, but now you have to win a title. Fans are really booing New England, and I won one bet, 48-10. Well, that's the way to honor your coach. Warwick, breakdown defensively. 7 turnovers by the Pats. 7. Wow. The Pats just couldn't do it. I think the spirit of Bud Grant was in Minnesota's heart. And, well, Minnesota, it's a possibility. Denver, but if Denver does win their game, then that means the 69 Vikings, no matter what, can't make it in. So it would be a miracle if they got into the playoffs. Well, it's a miracle now. 48-10. Kuzol 10 for 21, 137, 2 touchdowns. Brady 20 for 39, 148, 6 interceptions. Man, this guy was gunslinging. The Pats had nothing to lose because they weren't going to make the playoffs. Dillon 26 runs for 141 yards. He almost had more yards than Brady passing. Kuzo, Beasley, field goal by Vinatieri. Cox with a field goal, 10-3, and then a pick 6 by Winston. Oscar Reed touchdown run, and then Kuzo to Beasley. Dillon ran a touchdown. Cox field goal, and then a pick 6 by Warwick. And Winston, his second return for a touchdown. This time, a fumble return. We're going to go with the Bears now. 32 Bears. against the 80th Bengals. This is for second place in the Giant division. The Chargers, even if they lose, will still be first place, but this is huge for making the playoff. The 32 Bears have a 7-point favorites. The Bronco Nagurski versus Bruno Esiason, the key matchup. And Cincy will get the ball first at the 38 at Wrigley Field. Bruno Esiason, the man from Maryland, the best Bengals quarterback not named Joe Burrow. Mickey Woods and James Brooks are running backs. Eddie Brown, Tam McKee, and Jimmy Wiggs are receivers. There's Munoz, no Max Montoya, that's a shocker. Douglas is going to have to be on the offensive line. Krasirski, Randers, and Walter. The Bears' defensive line is Hewitt, Burdick, Carlson, and Johnsons. Bronco Nagurski with Dick Nesbitt. Franklin has to come in for Joe Koch, now who's hurt. Molesworth, Grange, Corbett, and Brumbaugh are your defensive backs. First snap, 1 yard. And a sack by Billy Hewitt, so Chicago, they're here to play. 4th and 17, so the Bengals are not taking this with offense. Well, that's usually bad news because that puts the Bears down to their 11-yard line. At the distance, Keith Molesworth, your quarterback, with Bronco Nagurski, Dick Nesbitt, and John Doring, 300 monster. The running back, Bill Hewitt, and Luke Johnson as your ends. Offensive line, Engelberts, Carlson, and Burdick. No Miller and no Kopcha, so the offensive line is hurt. So Tackwell and Trafton have to come into the game. Cincy's defensive line is McClendon, Crummer, and Scow. Kelly, White, William Sanders, they go with 4 linebackers. That's usually Luke Phillips, David Fulcher, Solomon, Wilcox. Yes, that one. And Eric Thomas here. Right.
Personal foul.
Defense?
Defense.
Personal foul.
First down.
That's a first. That's 15 yards. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 8. And 4th and 6. So they can't do anything. Flag.
Holding.
Offense.
Receiving team.
Well, that's what you got. That's a 15-yard call, 10-yard call, so Cincy will be pinned back a bit. 3rd and 5. And a sack by Bronco Nagurski. Didn't know he had a sack in him. Hunt back to Chicago at the 31-yard line. 1 yard on that one to Grange. 6 yards for Nagurski, 3rd and 3.
First down.
First down. 2nd and 8. Third and 4.
First down.
Bronco Nagurski, another 3rd down conversion for Chicago.
Live on the play.
Right. Offense.
Offense.
Thrown to the turf. They say 10 yards is better. We want that 10 yards! Second 13. Again, kick a field goal. And fumble! Oh, bad exchange in the Bears. Well, the Bengals were pinned at their 10-yard line. Nice move. Got it. Nagurski pulls over Crumroy. Touchdown Bears. Touchdown Bears. So, I have a present of it. And 4th and 3, the Bears. The Bengals just can't get anything going today. And picked. Esiason wanted to touchdown and missed. And the Bears go picked off at the 1-yard line. It could be a safety though.
Timeout defense.
Well, he decides to do a quick kick because it's that 1-yard line. The Bears look like they're going to win this game. The Bengals are in deep trouble. So the 32 Bears look on track to make the playoffs. And picked off by Johnson. That should have said. And the Bears, a big win. They're 3-2. Johnson's was just the defensive guy the Bears needed. And forced Cincinnati not one, but 7 turnovers. Mamacita, Donna Santa Claus. Where the heck are they there? So yeah, well, it was passing by committee. Mosberg touchdown to Johnson's, Nagurski touchdown run, and Mosberg made it 21-0. So yeah, passing by committee. Man, those guys, 6 guys threw a pass, and they still had. Oh, they only threw the 1 interception. Besides, they threw for 5 interceptions. Can you believe that? Like, jeez, quarterback by committee. Well, now let's go to Detroit. The 52 Lions takes the 05 Steelers in the Lion division. I know the 84 Niners could win the division. Detroit's a 1-point favorite over Pittsburgh, who doesn't have. Wow, look at how bad Pittsburgh stars are out. No Ward, no Porter, no Parker. Detroit will get the ball at Groot Stadium. They get Curtis coming at the 34. Bobby Lane is not the quarterback. It's Jim Hardy. I'm actually surprised. Against Pittsburgh, who's 0-4. Pat Harder and Doak Walker are running the ball. Jake Gerard plays blocks with Jim Duran are receivers. Creekmore, Martin, Bernie, Stanfield, and Savelli are offensive line. Pittsburgh's defensive line. Smith, no Hampton, surprisingly has to come in with Juan Hoffman. Barrier Foot, Higgins, your linebackers, Harrison, Andrew Harrison has to come in for Troy Porter, earlier Pope, Paul Lowe, and Tate your defensive backs. 2nd and 4. And oh man, Christensen ran the ball and he got to the 4-yard line. Looks like a touchdown. Nope.
Flag on the play.
Flag.
False start. Offense.
Oy. It'll be 4th and goal. And they're going to go for 3. Might as well.
Good.
Might as well score the points when you can, guys. Pittsburgh will get the touchback. Ben Roethlisberger back at quarterback today with Jerome Bettis and Dan Carter trying to run the ball. Antonio Randall, Cedric Wilson, Hank Miller are your receivers. Smith, Maneka, Harding, Simmons, and Starks are offensive line. Detroit's defense, no JD, so Aaron has to come in with McGraw, Bigger, and Pat Summerall. Yes, that Pat Summerall. Turgeson, Martin, and Flanagan, your linebackers. Jack Richardson, Jim, Robert Smith. Mueller and Jim David, your defensive backs.
Flag on the play.
Flag.
False start. Offense.
Offensive foul, so that's 5 yards. 7-15. So 3rd and 11. Only 2 yards, so Pittsburgh can't do anything. So Detroit will get the ball at 36.
Flag on the play. Holding. Offense.
Yep. That's why you got to open 10 yards. 7-15. He's past the ball. 3rd and 11. And a first down is grabbed by Chase Brooks. 7-10. Three. 4th and 2, then punt. Nice route, pinned them deep, but it's a big touchback. Final 2 minutes, please. They're gonna go at the 5. They gotta convert on this one. And I would have ran the ball. Right. They're gonna sack with Clark Higgins. This is not gonna be good. 4th and goal, yeah. I would have gone for running up the middle. And a sack and game over. It looks like Pittsburgh will have this one. A big win for them. They might ruin the 52 Lions' chance to make the playoffs. Flag on the play.
Offense.
No. 15. I don't know what he wanted to throw.
Timeout defense.
He works there, 7-11.
First down.
First down, that's going to be game right there, I think. Well, he's out of bounds.
Timeout defense. Timeout defense.
Number 9.
First down.
First down, game over. Pittsburgh has won the game. Big win for them. They actually broke their losing streak. The 52 Lions were 2-0. Now they've lost 2 in a row. They're in deep trouble not to make the playoffs. Randall L. 134 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. So who needs the high score when Randall L. steps up to the plate? 24-20. Big win for them. Hardy went 17 for 25, and then Lane came in. Roethlisberger 10 for 21, 223, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So Clay's Bucks 114 yards receiving, Randall L 134 yards receiving. So harder field goal, and then Hardy to Gerard made it 10-0. I was like, good. Then Roethlisberger touchdown pass to Randall L, and again Randall 14-10. Christensen touchdown run, and then a pick 6 by Chris Hope. Harder kicked the field goal 21-20, and then Reed kicked the field goal. I'm actually surprised George didn't just run up the middle. You could burn the clock if you have to. Brutal mistake. We're going to head to Giants Stadium next. The 2011 Giants against the 62 Packers. In the Niners division, we know that the 45 Rams have won the division no matter what they do next game. But this is a key game for both teams. If the Packers win, then they jump into second place, and I think they have the tiebreak with the Giants for second. As of right now, remember, there's only one game left. Green Bay is a heavy favorite. Just going to take a little bit of a break. 1 second, please. The Giants pick up the ball. The 2011 Giants. The team that took care of the Pats in the Super Bowl. And that man, Eli Lane was a big boy. Brandon Jacobs running the ball. Victor Cruz, Hakeem Nicks, and Mario Manningham trying to catch the ball alongside Jake Ballard. Offensive line, Lee, Stevie, Booth, Steele, and McKenzie. Packers defensive line is Quinlan, Jordan, Tanner, and Willie Davis. Nishiki, Curry, and Bill Forster were linebackers. With Adderley, Wood, Graminger, and Winnington were defensive backs. First play is 2nd and 5. Third and 1. And first down for Brandon Jacobs. 6 yards there, so the Giants are moving down the field.
First down.
First down. Second and 8.
Live on the play.
Flags.
12 men on the field. Offense.
Why would you do that? Third and 10. 4th and 10. Well, they decide to pass and they foul it up. So Green Bay will get the ball at the 20. It's a touchback. Bart Starr, the man from Alabama, your quarterback. Tom Moore will run the ball. Max McKee, Boyd Dowler, and Luke Hubbard will try to catch the ball inside Ron Kramer. Moose Gronkowski, he's hurt, so Masters has to come in. Kramer, Ringo. First great offensive line. Defensively, the Giants have Pierre Paul, Linville Joseph. No Tuck, he's hurt, so Canty has to come in. Bully, Kiwanuka, and Chase Blackbird, your linebackers. Boss, Rowe, Phillips, Webster, your defensive backs. And that's a sack by JPP. Yeah, you know me. 3rd and 10. And 4th and 10. So 15 stopped and everyone. And the Giants are down at the 1 yard line. What a punt by Dowler.
First down.
But they get the first down and pass to Jake Dowler. Right. Defensive offside. So they will accept the penalty 1st and 5, although 6 yards from the miss. It will be a bumper. Eli calls timeout. And sack. Oh! Manning botched the ball, and Henry Jordan's going to score. Touchdown, Packers. Big touchdown for the Packers. Paul Horton for the extra point. Yeah. Giants call timeout, and it looks like the Packers are going to make things a little interesting in the division. 24-7 win.
First down.
Yep. The Giants, you can see, they're basically dead. Keeping for the Packers, Dave Hammer. Great defensive effort. No turnovers by Green Bay. I don't like you anymore. Eli, 21 for 33, 262, touchdown interception. Stars 10 for 19, 136, 2 touchdowns. So, fumble return by Jordan. Started, Dowler made 14-0 touchdown. Hornick field goal started, McGee 24-0. The Giants were just basically dead inside. Atlanta 0-4. Let's get their game. I love Atlanta. Hot Atlanta. They're 0-4. They take on the 50 Browns. If Cleveland wins this game, they're tied with the 95 Cowboys for 2nd in the Brown division. That's a key one. Cleveland is the favorite by 5. Atlanta seems dead inside. Well, you're 0-4. You know you're dead inside. But you want to play spoiler. So it's Chris Chandler, the quarterback for the Falcons, with Jamal Anderson running the ball. Tony Martin, Terrence Mathis, AJ Santiago, Canadian receivers. Whitfield, Williams, Quebec, Collins, and Salam, your offensive line. Defensively for Cleveland, you got Ford, Gray, Kissel, Birch Young, Adam Lee, Herring, Willis, the linebackers, Garbell, James, Lar, and Phelps, who have to come in for Willis. 2nd and 5. And 3 coming up.
First down.
Anderson. Defensive clipping, so we're about 10 yards. 2nd and 16. 3 and 16, please, Michael. So anyway, first down by Santiago. 2nd and 7. Yard attempt from Anderson.
No good.
What? Well, that's a mistake by Atlanta. So anyway, autogram from Cleveland, the Northwestern quarterback, trying to get Browns through against the soulless Atlanta Falcons. Murray Mully, Rex Bogardner, and Dub Jones will try to run the ball. Max Speedy and Dante Valley will try to receive the ball, Rosa, Dibrin, Gatsky, Houston, and Memphis, the offensive line. Smith, Dronette, no Hall, no Arnish, and Bow, so it's Edwards and Burrow have to come in. Tago and Cornelius Billett will be your linebackers. That Daryl Talley? Is that Talley? Daryl Talley being the linebacker? Or is it Sauer? But anyway, Buchanan and Willie Wade, Eugene Robinson, and Ryan Bradford.
Flag on the play.
Flag.
Offsides. Offense.
Who was like, what are we doing?
First down.
First down. They stripped the ball and came out after he hit the ground. So Cleveland will retain possession. So Cleveland's up to 47. And minus one. And 3rd and 12, so the Falcons fans are cheering. And hit. Chuck Smith gets on the ground and will be first down for the night. 7-11. Third and 5. One. 4th and 11 with a sack. And touchdown, Len Ford. The kick was blocked, and Cleveland will score the first points of the game.
It's good.
You know it's good. Another 2 minutes.
First down.
First down Atlanta, and well, we know Cleveland's going to win this game and take 2nd place and maybe make the playoff. Well, one game left. Atlanta's 0-4. Yeah, they're basically done for. Well, the defense just was Cleveland's big boys. 30-7. Atlanta. 7 for 20, 109, 1 touchdown by Chandler. Autograph 10 for 13, 125 and a touchdown. So block punt by Ford, then autograph touchdown run, Dub Jones touchdown run, and then Graham to Jones. It was 28-0 at the end of the half. So Atlanta just basically was out of it. Let's head back to New England. The 2013 Pats take on the 85 Bears to start playing the Chief Division. The Pats 4-point favorites over the 85 Bears, which is shocking. Well, anyway, I'll be back in 1 sec. So anyway, the Pats are looking good here. Trying to run in their division, the 2014 Pats. Tom Brady, the quarterback. Stephen Ridley, your only running back to start with. Brendan LaFell, Danny Amendola, and Brian Tums. Gronkowski, your tight end. Defensive line, you got Soldier, Stork, Wendell, and Fulmer. No Connolly, he's hurt, so Davey has to come in. The Bears defensive line, Dan Perry, McMichael Hampton, great backcourt. Marshall, Singletary, and those was their linebackers. No Mike Richardson. Taylor has to come in with Dewson, Fensick, and Leslie Verger. 10-3. Third and 3. 4th and 3. So Brady can't do this. And the Bears are down to their 8th quarterback. And Steve Fuller at quarterback, I guess. Jim McMahon. They want to try something with the 85 Bears. Well, they're paying it back. Sweet. The running backs, Dennis McKinnon, Ken Mangrum, and Tim Reitman are receivers. Van Horn, Bortz, Hilkenberg, Fair, and Colbert, your offensive line. The Pats defensive line is Ninkovich, Chandler Jones, Phillips, Wilford, Milkers Jones, so Branch has to come in. Alan Branch. Linebackers Collins, Hightower, and Ayers. Rivas, Patrick Chung, Devin McCourty, and Brandon Browner, your defensive backfield. 2nd and 7.
First down.
First down, Gentry. Second and 10.
First down.
First down, Willie God. So Willie God goes this way. 2nd and 7. The sack by Team Ayers. 4th and 15. Flag. Face mask. That's going to help the Pats. That's 15 yards to 49. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 10. 4th and 10. Oh. There's it back to their 2. Nice job by Allen. 4 yards. They needed to get out of the shot of the 3rd and 5.
First down.
First down, Thomas Sanders.
Flag on the play.
Flag.
False start. Offense.
1st and 15. So
Flag on the play.
flag.
False start. Offense.
Chicago's kicking themselves. So it's 1st and 19 now. Ayers for Payton. 4th and 11. So the Bears are upset with themselves. Because it would be. And the ball is going to go to the Bears, and the Bears defense. Wow, the Bears defense finally comes to play, and the 2014 Pats are shaken. Plays that the Bears with Steve Fuller are the heroes, and they win this game and put the Pats in deep trouble. Wilbur Marshall, the defense, well, I mean, when the Bears don't turn the ball over, and the Pats turn the ball over 5 freaking times, you know what to do. So the Bears, Fuller, 13 for 27, 179, 2 touchdowns. Great job. Well, their Payton ran for 100 yards. Good. Brady, 15 for 34, 90 yards. 90 yards. Yikes. So defense worked. And the Bears scored the first 23 points. While Butler, field goal, and then Thomas ran for a touchdown. Chris Thomas. Fuller to Gentry for a touchdown. Fuller to McKinnon. They missed the extra point. Weird. Brady to Gronkowski, and then Payton ran 30-7. How many games do I have left? 6. Okay, so we'll go with San Diego Superchargers. Gotta like the song. And they do it. Here's Chuck. You want to get copyright. The Chargers, well, this is a big game. If the Chargers win, no matter what happens in their last game, the Chargers will win the division. So they'll have a home playoff game in the round 16. So they're in. The Giants are 0-4. Their souls have been crushed, 86 Giants. So Phil Simms trying to lead the Giants to at least a big win. Lee Wilson, your running back. Bobby Lee Johnson, Phil McClellan, and Solomon Miller will start. Receiver Mark Bavaro will be your tight end. Benson, Ard, Oates, Godfrey, and Nelson, your offensive line. Chargers defensively, Patrick, Coach Schmidt, and Faison, McGuire, Allen, and Callis, your linebackers. Harris, Blair, Westmoreland coming for Glick. Gary Glick. By my head, weird name. Anyway, I believe the Chargers can lose something here. 3rd and 3. And fumbles! And Kara saves the day for the Chargers and Saints. Tobin Relk, the former CFL quarterback, will be your quarterback for the Chargers with Paul Lowe and Keith Lincoln running the ball. Lance Allworth, Jerry Robinson, and Jack McKinnon, your receivers. Offensive line, Wright, Gunnison, Rogers, Shea, and Ron Mix. The defense for the Giants. No Jim Burke, he's hurt, so Dorsey has to come in. Leonard Marshall and George Martin. Banks, Carson, Reasons, Taylor. Good linebackers. Collins, Hill, Kennard, and Prairie Williams are defensive backs. See what San Diego does here. Second inning. First down to Robinson. Ball at the 5. 1 yard. 3rd and 2. No. They went for a pass. I would have ran it down the throats. 3-pointer. Got it. Nice job by the Chargers, and the New York Giants get on to 27, 3-0. 2nd and 10. Incomplete, so it's 3rd and 10. And it will be a pick. Wilson's further away, and the Chargers scored points this time. 9 yards, so that's okay. That's good. Touchdown, Lincoln.
Flag on the play.
Flag.
False start. Offense.
How can you have a false start? But they still get the extra point, 10-0. It's back for the Giants. And the Giants are down by 21. Looks like the Chargers will win the division no matter what they do in the final game. So the Chargers look pretty good. The Giants, not so much. They're going to be thrown at from 5.
First down. First down.
Getting the first down. Where was this? The whole game. Look. Chargers did. Tobin Road, 246 passing. They did his job. The Giants did not do their job. 27 mistakes. I think they were trying for an upset. But the Chargers win. Tobin Road, 20 for 27, 246, 2 touchdowns. Joe Morris ran for 100 yards for the Giants, but 15 for 33, 147, 3 picks. So Blair with a field goal, Road to Lincoln, touchdown 10-0. Allegra field goal made it 10-3. Field goal Allegra, Road to McKinnon, 17-6. And then Paul Lowe got a touchdown run. She loves you. All right, so next game we had Denver. The 2015 Broncos against the 68 Colts. Basically, this is the game of the week. If the Colts win, they win the division no matter what happens in their final game. So the Baltimore Colts would love to win the division and get a home playoff game, too. And probably help Minnesota out. Now, a Denver win means Denver and the Colts would both make the playoffs. Minnesota would be out of luck. So the Colts would love to win and push and help the 69 Vikings push and win. Well, the 68 Vikings can't face Denver because they already did. Baltimore is the 7-point favorites. So can Baltimore go 5-0? Well, Denver will get the ball at the 31-yard line. Peyton Manning, their quarterback, no Osweiler this time. They're like, we need Peyton this time. Ronnie Hillman, their only running back. Daniel Sanders, Demetrius Thomas, Andre Caldwell, your receivers. Owen Daniels, your tight end. Offensive line, Harris, Mathis, Parody, Vasquez, and Schofield. Colts defensively, Bubba Smith, Billy Ray Smith, Fred Miller, and Adele Brasler. Defensive line, Curtis, Gabals, Porter coming in at linebacker for Moshinik, Lyles, Both, Logan, and Bobby White. Denver knows the win, they're in the playoffs with Baltimore. And it's a pick. Lenny Lyles with the pick. So now Earl Morrill and his Colts will try to do something here. Tom Mann and Jerry Hill, your running backs. Of course, Morrill came in for the injured Joey Unitas and actually winning this MVP. Richardson, Ray Perkins. Is that a real name? And John Mackey, tight. Offensive line, Fogo Wrestler, Billy Curry, Dan Sullivan, and Sandal. Denver's defensive line, Wolf, Von Walker has to come in for Sylvester Williams and Malik Jackson. No Traveland, so it's Barrett. Miller, Marcus Ware, and Brandon Al Marshall. Chris Harris, TJ Ward, Darius Stewart, Akeem Talib, defensive backs. Third and 2. 7 yards for Matt. 33. It's a first down by Perkins. Can they do it? Answer's no. Third and 6. Perfect goal. Well, not good for 3. I knew they were going to have to score somehow. I do. Never will get the ball back. It's a sack by Willie Ray Smith. 3-19. 4th and 22. Lou Michaels with the sack. So Baltimore will get the ball back at the 41. First down by Richardson. 7-3. Bye.
Defense.
Yep.
First down.
Yeah, Denver knows a win. They're in the playoffs with the 68 Colts. But first place will still have to be a correct.
Live on the play.
Defense?
Defense.
Yeah.
First down.
First down. 2nd and 8. 39. And touchdown Perkins. W. Ray Perkins. Okay, so touchdown Colts. Oh, they missed. That's not. Oh. Will that cost them? Probably not. 2nd and 10. Well, that didn't cost them. It's 30-0. Well, Baltimore is going to get first place in the division and a home playoff game. Now the question on everyone's lips will be, will the Vikings somehow win their game, Denver loses their game, and where will the tiebreak be? 3rd and 10. 4th and 10. Come on, guys. Didn't work. And the Broncos just couldn't believe their luck. The Colts were a buzzsaw. Jim Ward's going to come in and take a lead. The Colts crush it. Lenny Lyles, great defensive effort. No turnovers by the Colts. The Broncos at 4. You could probably guess who wins this game. 30-0. Manning, 29 for 44, 273. Great job by 4 interceptions. I'm not good. Sanders, 115 yards receiving, though. Morrill, 11 for 15, 145. They gave Ward a chance to throw a pass. It threw a 17-yard strike to Mackey. But anyway, Michael's field goal, then Morrill of Perkins, and then pick 6 by Bob Boyd. Made it 16-0. It was like game over. Hill, touchdown run. I think he's the runner. Oh, Hill and Ward, sorry. And then Morrill to Matt. 30-0. Well, that's crushing. Okay, so we're at the 1 hour mark, aren't we? Yes. We're close to that 1 hour mark. Okay. Well, who's the next game? Let's go Washington. That's the 69 Chiefs. Washington needs to win to keep first place in the Chief division. Because the 2014 Pats lost, so Washington has a chance to take first place. They have a 2-point lead thing on the 69 Chiefs. Casey will get the ball first. They almost lost the ball on the kickoff, but the 69 Chiefs do it. Len Dawson from Purdue, the great quarterback there. Robert Holmes and Warren McVay, your running backs. Curtis Taylor, Frank Pitts, Fred Urbana's your receivers. Offensive line will be Tyre, Bud, Holub, Wilbur, Davey Hill. Defensive Manley, Butts, McKee, for Perry Brook, Idaho, Kaufman, Olkowitz, Willett, your linebackers. Defensive backs, White, Peters, Murphy, and Ferdinand. And fumble, but the ball goes out of bounds, so that means a touchdown for the Chiefs. That's when they touch it. 3rd and 2. And no, They can't do it. KC is not doing too good. Punts the ball away. Washington gets the ball. Trying to take first place in the division right now. 82 team. Joe Theismann, the former Notre Dame and Travel Argonauts quarterback. You got it, though. John Riggins and Clarence Harmon, the running backs, Art Monk, Charlie Brown, Good Grief, and Don Warren, the receivers. Jacoby made Boston win the start. The Hawks on the offensive line. The Chiefs defensive line. Brown, Culp, Buchanan, and Jerry Mays. Leonard, Bell, and Lynch, your linebackers. Mitchell, Robinson, Kearney, and Eric Thomas, your defensive backs.
Live on the play. Ball start.
Ball start offense.
Offense.
Epper. That's what usually happens. So usually when they do the spinning hands. Second and 8. Yeah, I know I remember 1 hour market needs that. I gotta hustle.
First down.
First down to Art Monk. So he does his job. And picked by Laner.
First down.
First down for Pitts. Second and 5. Uh, 33. First down on Barnes. So Kansas State trying to do their best. That's a 7. 4 yards, so they're getting closer. And touchdown Garrett. So the Chiefs make things a little interesting in the division. Takes a bomb, 7-0. And touchdown, Art Monk is in the clear, touchdown. Now they'll go for 2 for the tie. And they missed the 2-point convert. They had a chance to tie the game, and they missed, 20-18. They go for the onside kick. Oh, and they got it back. You don't see that every day. So now, can they score the go-ahead points? 8 yards, so that's what you do here.
First down.
First down to the 45 of the Chiefs. Here it'll be 2nd and 2, so he's out of bounds. Okay, that's not bad.
First down.
First down. They'll call timeout at the 31, so it's a 48-yard kick by Mosley if they go for it.
Live on the play.
Flag.
Ball start.
That's going to be a killer.
Offense.
That is a killer dealer, my friends. Let's go. 6 yards, 2nd and 9. Third and 7 to the 28. So Kansas City will call timeout. Knowing that they'll probably run.
First down.
First down. He goes out of bounds at the 21. This is an easier kick. So no timeouts left. I would kick it now. Well, broke it up. And now Mosley from 41 yards for the lead. Yes, sir. They had it. 21-20. Did Washington just save their butts and clinch a spot in the playoffs? And Kansas City will have to heave it because they can't do anything about it. And nothing doing. And Washington survives 21-20. What a game from the 82 Redskins. 69 Chiefs are not going to make it anything. It's a big win to take the lead in the division from the 2014 Pats. Mostly the hero, well, why wouldn't he be? Well, Washington got the touchdown, missed the 2-point convert, but they got the onside kick and kicked the winning field goal. What a game, 24-120. I have not seen that one. I've done college and pro tournaments. I have not seen an onside kick be recovered by the offense. Theismann, 18 for 34, 253, a touchdown, 2 picks. Then Dawson, 13 for 22, 2 or 3, touchdown, 2 picks. So Gary got the touchdown run, mostly field goal, and then Dawson, Taylor, 14-6, field goal by Sternland for 17-6. Harmon ran for a touchdown. They went for 2 and missed, 17-12. Kansas City made 20-12, but then Theismann and Art Monk for a touchdown. very quickly, 2018, and then they got the onside kick and kicked the 41-yard field goal to win the game. So we are going to have to go quickly. How many games do I have left? I have 2, right? Yeah, those 2 games are actually kind of, yeah, the Rams and Jets are actually a gigantic game. And the 84 Niners against 66 Chiefs. And that's auto play. And it was the Niners going to 5-0 and pretty much getting everything, the 66 Chiefs. So, yeah, this game is very important. The Rams and Jets. 3, 2, odds, Jets. And this is important because this is for second place. We know Denver's won the division and home field in one of the playoff games at least. But this is a key matchup because someone will go second place. I don't know who plays Washington, but Washington could be a spoiler, so you better watch yourself. It's the battle between Kurt Warner and Joe Namath. And the Jets will go first at their 39-yard line. Dave Pirelli at quarterback. No, really? Oh boy, this can only end well. Matt Snell and Bill Mathis, the running backs. Don Maynard, George Sauer, and Pete Lemons are receivers. Offensive line, Hill, Herman, Schmidt, Talamini, and Sam Walton. Rams defensive line is Westrom, Agnew, Farr, and Kevin Carter. Collins, Jones, Lyndon Fletcher, linebackers, Lake, Lyle, Billy Jenkins, and Dexter McLean on your defensive backfield. I don't know what's going on here. 2nd and 7. 3rd and 7.
First down.
First down by Maynard. And 2nd and 1, 9 yards. 32. 4th and 2, so they can't do anything about it. The punt. High spiral punt, touchback. So the Rams will use Kurt Warner to try to further their air attack with Marshall Falk, James Hodgins running the ball. Isaac Cruz, Asa Hakeem, and Rolly Williams trying to receive the ball. Offensive line, Pace, Timberman, Grodadara, Fred Miller. Jets defensive line, no big, so he's Hankey, not Tom Hankey. Paul Rochester, John Elliott, not Jim Elliott, and Jerry Philbin. Brandon Baker and Atkinson, linebackers, Beverly Baird, Hudson, and Sample. Your defensive backs, Clay Cullen, coming up.
First down.
First down as a few. And 9 yards. 3rd and 1, right in the ball. 4th and 4, ouchies. Final 2 minutes. Final 2 minutes. Rams forced to punt, and well, the Rams are going to win this game, and the Jets are in big trouble. 34-7.
Live on the play. Ball start. Offense. First down.
First down at the 42. And that'll do it. The Rams win this game. Kurt Warner, well, he's the passer, 356 with 4 touchdowns. Beautiful. And it helps that the Rams didn't turn the ball over. So that's your final score, 34-7 Rams. Warner, 20 for 27, 356, 4 touchdowns. Pirelli, 18 for 32, 213, Buddy, 3 for 4 interceptions. Fuck. Maynard, 125 receiving. Isaac Bruce, 126 receiving. Warner to Bruce, touchdown. Warner to Hakeem, and Warner to Torrey Holt. All in the second quarter, 21-0. Rams made it 24-0 with field goal. Pirelli to Sauer, but then Wilkins and Warner did their job. 34-7. Now let's look at the standings because obviously we are done. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. All 16 games have been done. The Bronco division. The 98 Broncos have clinched their division no matter what happens. But the 99 Rams know they have to win their game to make the playoffs. Simple as that. The Giant division, the 63 Chargers, same thing as the Bronco division. They are in the final. They are in. They are in as a home playoff game no matter what they do to lose. The Bears need to win their game to make the playoffs themselves. The Niners division, Cleveland's 5-0. They know they're the winners of the division and will clinch a spot. Net points, the 62 Packers have the net points advantage over the 2011 Giants. That's why they are in the second place spot and would make the playoffs. The Brown division, Washington, the 91 team up 4-1. Cleveland and Dallas, well, Cleveland beat Dallas head to head, but because you have to play each other twice, that game is for a playoff spot no matter what. So Cleveland and Dallas, that game is going to be tight because that one is basically going to be the game of the week, I think. Washington knows they got to beat the 98 Falcons because if they do, they win the division. They lose, they might not even, they're in the playoffs, but they won't host. Cleveland and Dallas, that's for a playoff spot. The Colts division, the 68 Colts know they won the division and get a home playoff game. The 2015 Broncos know they need to win their game or else Minnesota could sneak in. The Chief division, it is actually tighter than you think. The 82 Redskins with one loss, 2014 Pats have 2 losses. 85 Bears can make a shine to that. The Raider division, Oakland leads Dallas on net points, so that's why Oakland would be first place. But anything can happen. Kansas City's third place because of net points on the 72 Dolphins. So the Raider division could actually be big. We could see 4 teams at 3-3. Remember, it's top 2 per division. And the Lion division, the 84 Niners are in, and they'll host a playoff game. The 52 Lions on net points are in second place, narrowly holding on. And let's check the schedule. So I think there's no meaningless games, right? Yeah, I think every game is like a, yeah, I think it's no meaningless games. Yeah, I think there's no meaningless games. Cleveland and Dallas, the winner goes to the playoffs no matter what. Yeah. So what does week 6 do? Snow. Okay, so one game ruined by weather. Yeah, one game ruined by weather. Minnesota and Baltimore because of snowflakes, but it's for Bud Grant. So yeah, because of snow, we got to play this game, and it will be a win for the Colts. So the 2015 Broncos know that they're safe. The 68 Colts go 6-0. The Vikings lose. Bad luck. They were going to win for Bud Grant. So that means the 2015 Broncos don't have to worry because they know they're in second place no matter what. So we'll all play that game, and it will be, well, Denver won anyhow. So 2015 Broncos clinch their spot. They'll have to travel on the road in the playoffs, and the 68 Colts will host the playoff game. No matter what. Man, the 04 Pats, 0-6. Can you believe it? Just win one freaking game. Fuck. Sorry, Pats fan. So yeah, so Cleveland and Dallas, the game in Cleveland, that will be the final game. That will be the game of the week because we know winner gets in the playoffs. It's win, you're in. It's simple as that. Everything else, not so simple. I think, actually, hang on. I think the 88 Bengals game against 86 Giants. Oh no, that is actually, I think I might sim that game. And then 68 Jets, but then, that clears up playoffs scenario. So let's see here. Yeah, I'll leave everything alone. So we'll just do those 2 games. And that's what happened. So Denver is in the playoffs with the 68 Colts. That's all we know. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do. If I can get this, yes, I can.